I'm Dan Nevans and welcome to another episode of my bagpipe tutorial series. Today we're looking at the 2/4 march Miss Delicia Chisholm. So if you're coming to me for lessons, then you should by now already know Cork Hill, IC Mull, Flower of Scotland and High Road to Gairloch and the associated technical work, alright, the decorations. This tune works exactly the same way as the High Road to Gairloch. We've got 2 crotchets per bar, 2 quarter notes. Every bar must go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Your job is to fill the spaces between the on-beat and the off-beat, right? 1 and 2 and those spaces in between. That's what we're trying to fill up. We've got the same note values, same 6 we had before. A crotchet worth 1 beat. We've got a dotted quaver worth 3/4 of the beat. A quaver worth half a beat. A dotted semi-quaver worth 3/8 of the beat. A semi-quaver worth 1/4 of the beat. And a demi-semi-quaver worth 1/8 of the beat. Okay, so it's all the same tools is what I'm really getting at. It's a different melody, different group of pitches, noises, sure, but different melody. Sorry, the same tools, different melody. There you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just play through line by line, just like I did with High Road to Gairloch, and then play the whole tune at the end. Wee hints and tips before we get started. The first 2 bars are easy enough, I think. It's just remembering to fill out the long notes. You start the whole tune in a dotted quaver, just like the High Road to Gairloch. In fact, if you look at the note values, you'll see that it's the same. Dotted quaver, semi-quaver, quaver, quaver. 3/4 and 1/4, half and a half. So we should be phrasing those exactly the same as we did at the start of the High Road to Gairloch. Bar 3, okay, bar 3 in line 1. We've got this G grace note to F, and then we've got a birrel on the offbeat. Now they've got this wee phrase in the middle of that bar, F, birrel, throw, F. Okay, we're throwing a D there in the middle, just say throw for speed. F, a heron, tra, F. So my advice to you here is you're playing the F for a full half a beat. The first low A grace note in the birrel is halfway through beat 1 bar 3, right? So we start the F there, halfway through we start the birrel. And then we're going to play the birrel, and there'll be a little teeny tiny A at the end of the birrel, and then we start the D throw. So the D melody note has to be on the second beat. F, birrel, D, F, F, birrel, D, F. See, I'm passing through that, through the birrel and the throw. So the third bar in line 1 and line 3 should sound like F, a heron, tra, F, or okay, so it's pretty full, is what I'm saying to you. Bar 4, and this is the same line 1, line 3, it's the same 2 bars. We're getting dotted semi-quaver, demi-semi-quaver, dotted semi-quaver, demi-semi-quaver. And the rhythm there's got to be 1, a and, a 2, and. That's the whole bar. Okay, if you clap that out, easy enough. But we want to hear A, F, E, D, E, F, 1, a and, a 2, and, A, F, E, D, E, F. And that's the trickiest bit of the tune, really, I think. Use the dotted notes. If you see a dot in a note, you need to be sticking with it, all right? We don't want to be coming off those sharp. The big mistake people make in tunes like this, or moving to tunes that are busier, is that they think about making the short notes short. Make the long notes long, and the short notes will take care of themselves. Okay? So here we go. Here's line 1, Miss Delicia Chisholm, right? 1 and 2 and. Okay, so remember, pause, rewind and review. Line 2, 1 and 2 and. Okay, now, before we pause, rewind and review, a couple of wee bits and pieces. You will notice in the score there that there's 2 bar 8s. That second line has 5 bars written on it. The 4th bar long has a wee bracket with a number 1 in it. That means that the first time you play the first part, you play that bar with the F at the end. The second time, you're going to play the next bar along with a little 2 in the bracket. This got a high G at the end of it. High G, throw to a high G, just to be really clear. And that just leads us into part 2. Okay, it's a second timing. There are a bunch of names for it, but we're just going to call it a second timing. So the only other thing there is bar 3, line 2. We've got F, barrel, short F on the beat, long high A, F, A, E, F, D. Okay, so if you pause, rewind and review now, hopefully that will all seem kind of clear to you. All right, into line 3. 1 and 2 and and see and hear that high G coming in there. That's the tying note for the second part. Pause, rewind and review. And now onto line 4. 1 and 2 and again, you'll see that there's brackets at the end of line 4 for a different ending. So the first time you play it, you play the high G going back into the part. The second time you play it, you just play a crotchet on the D from the strike. Okay, so I'm just going to play through the whole tune now, again at a moderate tempo. This is not as fast as I'd expect you to play to compete with a pipe band or anything, but hopefully this gives you an idea of the direction. So here we go, after 2, the whole tune with repeats. 1, 2. There you go. So I hope this has been a helpful guide. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.